What's up and welcome back to the Scuffed Ass Podcast for episode number 297. Hopefully I'm able to make this one function properly this time.
Right? Yeah, so my fiance's not mad at you.
Yeah, man, I didn't know. I didn't do it, if I'm honest. Okay, so I want to save this as a WAV file. Hold on, I just want to... What's up and welcome... Yeah, okay. So it did function. It just didn't save. I don't know. Whatever. Fixing it now, though. Gotta fix it during a recording.
Yeah, gotta love technology, man.
I don't.
Just does random shit. It's got its own bipolar personality.
You know what I hate even more currently, though?
I don't know. America?
This fucking phone is... Well, yes, but this fucking phone is pissing me off. Battery sucks, dude. And the new... So the new iOS update is something. So I don't want to show this off for very long, but Wonder, you've seen how I text my girlfriend.
Yeah.
You know, the paragraphs here, that's how we converse. Seems normal. Except for whatever reason, after the, I guess, iOS 26 update, we jumped from like 18 to 26. I don't know, but it's because they want it to like go with the year that it is supporting, you know, so that makes sense, but whatever. Unimportant. But with this new update, when you're sending really long texts, I have ADHD. So I can only focus on, you know, one part of the text at a time. So I respond to the thing and then I stop and then I scroll back up, reread the next part, reply to that, scroll back up, reread the next part, whatever. Well, if I just do this a little bit, if I copy a message, or like, so if I have a really long message written, right? I have to make this message a little longer, but that's not important. This happens a lot. If I have a really long message written, I can't ever scroll back up. It's not possible. It just breaks. So I have to send half of a fucking message so that I can scroll back up to send the rest of the message.
Can you, like me, I can control, like, can you zoom in or zoom out so you could...
Nope. So the options are send half a message or like copy the message, delete it, scroll back up, repaste it, type the message, copy it, delete it, scroll back up. It's, oh my God.
Is this an Apple?
Yeah.
Still?
Yeah. Oh my God. Dude, I've never shied away from talking shit over whatever brand of thing I've used. But holy fuck, that is the most annoying thing that's ever happened on any brand of phone ever. I would rather my phone literally explode. Jesus.
Well, it's funny because literally on our way to town yesterday, Aspen and I were talking, and she's like, well, you know, I think our plan that I'm on with my, you know, family still allows upgrades. And she's like, if we have an upgrade available, I think I might go to iPhone. And I was like, I don't know if I would do that if I were you, because like normally I wouldn't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
But all I've heard from Geek, and he's like an iPhone guru guy.
Yeah.
From all I've heard from this about iPhone lately is that they have just had miss after miss after miss and problem after problem after problem.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I don't know if I would go with Apple.
Dude.
Or if you do go with Apple, we'll get like an older Apple or one that's like a couple years old or something.
Real quick, I just want you all to see this burrito.
Oh my God.
It's a two-hander. Jesus.
It's not a burrito. That's a fucking mortar.
Sorry.
That's an artillery shell.
So, yeah, the new iPhones, I think currently the only real reason to get an iPhone is if you like basically, if you're a creator who doesn't use a real camera. Like, if you just plan to shoot a bunch of video on your phone all of the time, get an iPhone. If you don't, I don't know how you justify it currently because they're not great.
Which, when it comes to Aspen, she's literally got like a high dollar camera that she could just do that with. So
I do now too. So it's just like,
yeah,
It's like, so I end up taking more pictures on my phone. And if I'm doing that, I might just want a Pixel.
Right.
I still, even though I watched a video of the Pixel Fold getting folded in half and catching on fire, I kind of still want one. That has not completely deterred me.
That's
again,
wild.
That would be less of a problem for me than this fucking shit when I'm trying to send messages.
Oh my God.
What
That's
happens
funny.
a little? My leg burns a little bit. Ooh. It'll heal.
Right. My house burns down. I got renter's insurance.
Right? It's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bad. I don't love Apple currently.
Well.
Yeah.
You hear that, Aspen? Don't buy an Apple.
I don't know if she does. I hope this edited correctly this time. Oh, I should find out if the one I just re-edited did. Who wants to hear me and Wonder, but it's different? There it is.
Maybe.
What's up and welcome back to the Stuffed Ass Podcast. It worked that time. Okay, cool.
Huh.
I still don't understand what happened. So I'm gonna go upload that while we're talking.
Well, that's okay. So she'll get to listen one tomorrow, and then Thursday she'll get to listen to another one.
Yeah, she's got two back to back.
Mm-hmm.
2 back to back.
Yeah. What about second podcast?
Right. What about second podcast? Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, I do that shit way too fucking often.
I know.
The amount of people I've gotten who now do the same fucking thing is incredible.
Right? You're contagious.
Why did you phrase it like that?
I don't know.
You're contagious. Dog, I'm not a disease.
You are a disease. You start something, and then I start doing it, and then everybody starts doing it.
Well.
And it acts just like a disease because you technically got it from someone.
Not always. This
Not
one,
always,
yes. Because
this one, yes.
Well, I mean,
I know
this
for a
one,
fact.
yes, because I got it from fucking Lord of the Rings. What about second breakfast? And then that just became I can use that all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew.
All you did, like, it was already a virus, and then you just mutated it and made it more contagious. That's what you did.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
All right.
But anyway, before you get into your trip, which I'm sure you got some stuff to talk about there.
Sure, man.
Anyway, so we were supposed to have volleyball in that larger town to the east of us yesterday, and it got canceled, and that kind of screwed Aspen's plans up because she was on her way home from wedding she went to in Kansas, and on the way through that town she was gonna get some stuff, but she was tired and decided she just wanted to come home because she figured, oh well, I'll just go with you the next day for volleyball and we'll just go swing through Walmart and get what we need. Well, then it got canceled, and so she's like, well, crap, it's stuff that we really need, and so I was like, okay, well, we'll make a trip out of it. We'll go down and we'll go eat Chinese food, and then we'll go to Walmart and we'll get our stuff. And not a big deal. So all right. So I got off work. We hopped the vehicle. We headed down. We ate Chinese, and then we slipped over to Walmart. And it took us a little while in Walmart. We got a couple $100 worth of stuff, which is like, I don't know, 8 bags.
Crazy.
Of shit. Yeah. But a lot of it was like medications and stuff and pregnancy stuff and stuff like that. All expensive. Yeah. So I kind of expected it. But anyway, we check out, and we're on our way out. And then you know how like when you walk into a Walmart, you know, off to your right side or your left side or whatever. In this case, our left side when we're walking out, there's like the shopping carts and stuff that are all piled up there for people to grab. So we're walking out, and there's this guy that's like just standing over by the shopping carts, and he's just standing there, and he's a really large, like tall, I don't know, probably 6'2", 6'3", wearing black, like overalls and a long sleeve, like blue gray shirt, and he's kind of long haired and long, kind of scruffy beard, and wearing a backpack, and he's just, you know how you walk in and you just see a guy that's all fidgety and you just kind of know, you know?
Yeah.
So we're like, Aspen noticed him right away, and she looks at him and I look at him, and he's just doing his thing, you know? And so we're like, well, yep, it's 9 o'clock. Time to leave because the crazies are coming out, you know?
Sure.
Because, you know, our Walmart isn't a 24-hour store anymore. It used to be, you know, the crazy people could come out at 2 o'clock in the morning, and, you know, now they got to come out during the normal hours. And so we walk out of the building or whatever and load all our stuff in the vehicle and get in the vehicle, and we sit down. We're kind of close to the front, you know, towards the build, you know, it would be the north entrance. Because you know the Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, we're sitting there, and I'm getting ready to pull out, and I look over and I see that guy come out of the door, and he's just walks out of the door, and he's just, you know, kind of walks this way a little bit, and then he kind of, you know, walks this way a little bit, and he's just screaming at the, you know, screaming up into the sky, just yelling. And I'm like, man, that guy is just having a time, you know? And so I'm just sitting there, and I'm getting ready to leave, and this vehicle drives, you know, kind of drives by him after he crosses the street, and he turns, and he like goes like into this posture, and he like sprints at that vehicle and like gets right up to the vehicle, and he stops, and he just sits there and stares at him like this. Doesn't say nothing, you know? And the vehicle, of course, you know, just keeps driving or whatever, and he stopped, and he goes back to this kind of posture, and he just kind of goes like this, and he turns around, and he's kind of walking our direction a little bit, and he's a little ways away from us, and there's this silver Jeep that kind of pulls behind us and goes by him. He like sees the Jeep, and he's like staring. He does the thing again. He's like staring at the Jeep, and it like pulls past him, and then like pulls into a parking spot, and I could, you know, because it's only like, I don't know, 4 parking spots down from where we were at, and I could see that it was like a younger, fairly small, probably 18, 19-year-old female in the vehicle. And the guy, like, once she gets parked, like, once she kind of pulls to a stop, he, like, sprints at her car, gets right up to the passenger door, and just starts banging on the window like this. And you could see where he like bangs on the window, and he tries to open the door, and you could just see the chick, you know, like goes like this, and her eyes were like this big. You could just see the sheer terror, because here's this massive lumberjack looking dude, you know, just mauling her door, and she like puts it. Luckily, she has some survival instincts, and luckily she didn't get it in park yet. It was still in drive, so the door was still locked. And so, you know, luckily she had some survival skills, and immediately puts it in reverse and just like pulls out, and then she freaking speeds off, and she goes around the parking lot and just peels out, and does, you know, she doesn't go somewhere else and park. She is just out of town, you know, got lost out of town, you know, which she was probably terrified. And then, you know, of course, when she peeled out of there, he like chased her a little bit and then stopped. And then he goes back to doing this, and he's just walking. And, you know, I'm sitting there like, what in the hell is this guy doing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, when I sat there, I was gonna leave, and then when I seen the chick there, I was like, okay, I better wait because if he gets in the vehicle, I know damn good and well he don't know this person,
Right.
you know, and being a female and stuff, I was ready to put my vehicle back in park, get out, and then go and assist,
Yeah.
you know, and so I sat there for a second, and then she left and stuff, and he's just standing there while my vehicle's running with the lights on. And he kind of like looks around and he turns and he sees us. And he just starts power walking towards us. And I'm like, hell no. So I pulled away and like went, like turned and like I was leaving the parking lot and looked back and I could see that he'd already lost interest because he didn't get very close to us. And so he turned and turned away. So then I immediately just kind of turned and parked again because I was like, all right. And Aspen goes, well, should I call the cops? And I was like, yeah, I think that's a good idea. We should call the cops. And so, she calls the cops and of course get the 911. What's your emergency? Where's your emergency? And we're like, yeah, we're in the Walmart parking lot. There's a man that's acting like he's having a psychotic breakdown or something like that, but he's like trying to get in people's vehicles and like acting very erratic and running up the people and banging on windows and trying to get into cars that are parked and so she's okay, what's the description? So we gave him the description and whatever. She's like, okay, well, can we call you back at this number, if we have any questions? And we're like, yeah, you can call us back or whatever. So we're like, all right, well, at this point I'm invested, so let's wait for the cops.
Sure.
So anyway, we're sitting there watching them and we're waiting for the cops, and there's a family of people, like a guy and a gal and I don't know, like a son or something that's probably 15, 16 years old, and another person, and they would come out of the Walmart and they go to their vehicle, and this guy sees them, and the three of the people are on the passenger side of the vehicle, which is the direction he is on. And he's like, I don't know, 15 yards from him, and he just stares at him. And when they all got on their side of the passenger side of the vehicle, he just like full on sprints at them, gets right up on it, like 2 feet from him, stops and just stares at him and doesn't say anything. And of course the dad's like doing this with his family. He's like, what? He's like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? And the guy's just staring at him, So the guy is like, gets his family in the vehicle and they leave. And then, so they leave, and then the guy kind of loses interest, and he kind of walks out to the parking lot in an area where it's kind of barren or, kind of nothing out there, and he's just wandering around. And then there was a lifted truck with 3, I'm guessing, teenage boys in it, high school boys, and they're screaming across the parking lot, interrogating him. They're like, yelling at him, calling him names, and he's like yelling back at him. He's like, the men in the dumpsters are gonna get you, And it was just the wildest shit that this guy was yelling. And so anyway, I'm like sitting there and I'm like, God damn, where are the cops, man? I'm like, in this town, you can't drive 4 seconds without running into a cop. As soon as you need them, they're nowhere to be found. It took over 10 minutes before the cops finally showed up. There was 2 cop cars that come pulling into the parking lot. And by this time, the guy had walked to the opposite side of the parking lot. So he's on the south side now, towards the southern entrance of the Walmart. And he's over there bothering people over there now, and we're not the only ones in the parking lot watching this guy. So like, he'd come towards us and we'd like move and park, and these other people would move and park, and everybody's just watching, just bewildered by what this guy's doing. And so anyway, he's over on the other side of the parking lot. Well, I see the cops come in, and they go to the the northeast part of the parking lot where he was when we called, but it took him 10 minutes to get there. So of course he's not in the same spot. So cops come in and I'm not that far from him. I flash them several times with my vehicle. They keep driving, so I jump out and I'm like trying to wave them down. They don't see me. So then here I am chasing the cops down and can't catch up with them because they're driving like crazy people.
Nice.
And finally, one of the cops parks, and I was like, all right, I can catch this guy. So I pull up, and I hop out, and I'm like, hey, you guys here for the guy? And he's like, yeah, where's he at? And I'm like, he's over on the south side of the parking lot now. And I'm like, he's wearing, he's like, well, can you point him out to us? And I'm like, you won't miss him. Just go towards the south side of the parking lot. He's a giant dude wearing black coveralls with a long sleeve shirt, wearing a backpack. You won't miss him. And he's like, oh, okay. So he calls his buddy, and the buddy turns around and comes back to him, and they start towards the south entrance of the closest drive by the Walmart, and so they get close to the south entrance, and there's the guy just standing right in the middle of the road, just standing there faced away from him. And, of course, the cop sees him right away, pulls off, and jumps out, and he's like, hey, dude. And the guy turns around, and he's like, hi. And the cop goes, he goes, you been drinking? And the guy goes, yep. And the cop goes, okay, turn around. And he goes, okay, and turns around. And they just had, like, the most cordial conversation ever. And I'm like, what the hell? This guy's batshit crazy, and then as soon as the cops show up, he's totally normal. But anyway, that was the end of that. And so Aspen and I finally left. We're like, I guess the cops got. Aspen and I think that the guy was, obviously probably homeless or whatever. And we think that he was acting crazy like that so that somebody would call him in, and so that they would take him to jail so he could get 3 hots and a cot.
Real.
It's starting to get to that time of the year where it's cold outside.
It's cold enough, you're like, fuck it. Jail's all right.
Right. Well, I mean, if I was in that situation, I'd rather be in, a dry roof with a bed and get fed, don't have to pay money to eat in jail. So
right.
That's kind of what we thought was going on. Now, he might have still been having a psychotic breakdown or something like that, but like, either way, I was like, I wasn't about to just let this guy keep terrorizing and traumatizing young adults in the parking lot. Yeah. So, yeah, that was my excitement for the week.
I love how you say I don't have that much to talk about and proceed to tell a 20-minute story.
That's not that much.
Like half the podcast, man.
Well, me, I can elaborate a story, I could have been real short with it. Like, oh yeah, we called in a guy, he was crazy in the parking lot, and that's it. But I just, a story's not that good unless you immerse yourself into it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Whatever you say, man.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So anyway, how was the old California?
Well, did I say last week that I was trying not to go? I don't remember when we recorded.
Yes. I don't know if we did it during the recording, but you did tell me that you weren't sure you were going to.
Yeah, I tried to not go, which apparently, dude, that was the biggest waste of time. Like, yeah, I got to, re-see both of the arties and judo and whatever. And that was fun. But I was there for 4 days. I think across all 4, I maybe spent like 14 total hours with people. Because, well, nobody stayed with me this time. The big group stayed like in an entirely different part of the city.
Oh.
And it's just like, I don't really want to. So yeah. So Fly in on Thursday, get there all early in the morning, all exhausted as shit because hadn't slept. Couldn't sleep on the plane. Shocker. Get to, like, I immediately go to my hotel because I'm like, maybe I'll get early check-in. At worst, I can at least leave my, like, one suitcase with them, you know. They'll do the, like, yeah, here's a little ticket. You can come get your bag later, you know, whatever.
Right.
So I, like, go to leave my bag, and then I'm like, yeah, do you do early check-in? And they're like, yeah, it costs $100, though. And I was like, that sucks. That's dumb. I'm not going to do that. So I left. Went and walked around for like 2 hours. It was all hot. I like walked the seaport. I walked around the convention center on the outside. And then I was just sitting there and I'm like, I'm so fucking tired. And there is no one around. And this sucks. Fuck it. I'm just going to go pay and check in. So I walked I walked down from my hotel all the way to the end of the convention center, which totals out to a little over a mile. And then I go, fuck it, I'm going to go back. So I walk that 2 miles and spend all that dumbass time. Get back to my hotel and I'm like, fuck it, I'm just going to check in. And then the same lady goes, yeah, I'm not going to charge you the early check-in fee. It's like, if you weren't going to charge me, why'd you make me wait 2 fucking hours? Fuck you.
I wanted to walk for it.
I'm upset, but okay. I'm going to go lay down. So I went and took like a 2-hour-long nap. So I could wake up and go with Artie to pick up our badges, where I was informed that them and their group were going to karaoke that night. But I do need to explicitly say it this way. They said, we're doing karaoke tonight. And I said, oh, cool. That was the end of that conversation.
Oh.
Yeah. So we like talked about other stuff. They left. I just went back to my hotel, hung out for the night, went to bed kind of normal. Because, you know, I have to like wake up in the morning for the convention. So whatever. First day was boring. Whatever. Friday, wake up for the con. Go down. I stayed at the same hotel chain we stayed at in Vegas. Yeah. This one was slightly nicer, but it was like the same thing. But so they had like the omelet bar and all the breakfast stuff. So I went down for breakfast. Ate breakfast, walked to the con. Basically saw the only person that I knew that was there that I like, bigger creator that I wanted to meet. Scotty K Fitness, you know, the Fallout guy who with the really cool mustache. He likes Fallout. Yep. Yeah.
Yep. I've seen the picture with you.
So saw him in the line. And then, I don't know, walked around the con. Absolutely nothing was happening. Like, so they took up a bunch of the convention floor space to set up a pickleball court because I guess, I don't know, fucking white people.
Cody's been trying to get me to go do that. They have pickleball set up. I mean, I'm down to go beat somebody with a stick.
No. So, yeah, they waste a lot of space for that. So, like, I kind of do, like, a quick once-over of everything. Nothing seems that interesting, which sucks. So I'm like, fuck it. I'm going to go and look at, like, the loot cave and try to get merch early before everything's sold out. Most of it sucks. There's one shirt and one hoodie that I kind of liked, but not for me, because so it was like a TwitchCon exclusive thing that ties into a game series that I've never played, but it was like a 30th anniversary thing for the game series. I was like, I've never played it. I don't know what I'm doing, but you know, somebody else I know will like it, so I'll buy that. And I was like, okay, I'll just get the pins and maybe a water bottle because I didn't bring one knowing I'd buy one. So this was the 10th anniversary TwitchCon. And for whatever reason, they made the like logo for it silver, which means the water bottles were just unpainted silver with then a silver logo screen printed on them that you couldn't see. And it's like, this sucks. Guess I won't get a water bottle. Got a pin. Cool. And then there was one shirt that I liked for me because it was not a tank top, because to me that means it's like the little straps, but it's like just a regular sleeveless shirt, which is what I like. I was like, oh, I'll go get one of those. 2 hours into the con, guess what the only size in the only shirt in the whole thing that was sold out was?
Oh my God. Go figure.
It's like, all right, so I'll get the pin and I'll get the shirt for her. Cool. Okay, I'll go walk the con floor again. Or fuck it. No. Now I'm going to go up to Artist Alley. I don't watch anime. I've never gotten into anime, which makes it really tough because Artist Alley was 99.2% anime stuff. There was one gaming related thing that I saw that was cool. I just didn't want to spend $300 on it. You know those like throw blankets that are like entirely like the embroidered is the wrong word, but it's like they're like woven with the designs in them. So they're like frilly on the edges, and then the design is like woven into it, so there's no getting rid. But it was a Shadow Heart blanket. And it was fucking sick, but it was like $300, and I was like, I want to, but like that's a bit ridiculous.
Right.
Not saying not worth it, just not worth it to me in the moment, right?
Right.
That was cool though. Shout out that specific thing. But yeah, everything else, it was just like, they had one person selling dice, but none of them were that great.
Yeah, the ones that we got into at Vegas, those were pretty good. They had quite a few there that were.
Well, and the nice thing was the cheap mystery set, but the mystery sets were like $45, and I just wasn't willing to risk that.
Right,
that's not my kind of gambling. Because it wasn't like 4 sets with a chance of it being good. It was one set of dice, and it's like, maybe I'd spend that if I could find a set that I liked that much, but I didn't. But yeah, the convention floor, 90% of it was not things you could interact with that well, or like if you tried to, there were huge lines. And like there were a few like indie game devs there, which was like my hope was that there'd just be more game dev booths and I could just go talk to game devs about whatever and, be like, hey, you ever need voice actors, But there just wasn't that many. And it like, and the entire convention floor, like I'm used to people having cameras and streaming the con or whatever. But this year, it was like the type of IRL streamers who just fucking go out of their way to annoy people. Like, it's not IRL streaming as in you're streaming what you're doing and showing off stuff. It's like your entire content plan is based off of just harassing other people. And that was like 90% of the people at the con were just being douchebags all the time. Like, dude, it's like the fucking loser at the end of the Vegas one. Yeah. But it's like everybody was that. It was annoying.
Just literally was just running up to random people and just would insult you.
Yeah.
Like not like slightly insult you, just like nasty insults.
Yeah. It was
just random people. Like what?
Yeah. I don't know. I remember I met up with Artie and them the first day. We did the like Nandre meetup thing outside, which was like fun. But that's what you're going to hear a lot from this is any time that it seemed like it was actually fun, I just wasn't at the con. Which like at that point, if we're all just going to have fun because we're meeting up, why the fuck are we wasting our time and going there? Why don't we just plan a meetup somewhere cooler? Go hang out in a different city that doesn't suck so much. I don't know. San Diego's like fine for like a day. There's just nothing that's like, oh, I want to hang out here for a while.
Right.
Yeah,
I didn't have the greatest time when I went to San Diego.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I still like it more than Vegas, but that
true.
bar is in hell.
Right.
Yeah. I'm trying to think, what did I do that night? I'm trying to think if I missed anything later in that day that was cool, but I don't think so. So that night, me and Artie went to the like Seaport place, and there was like a taco shop right on the beach isn't the right word because you're in the bay, but right on the water in the bay, there was this little taco place over there. So we went there. I got the same burrito that I had eaten the night before. I had just gone to a different restaurant the night before. And had that. It was fine. Hung out with Artie that night. That was fun. The next day, I woke up knowing for a fact I was going to have a panic attack that day. It is the like wake up and it's like, oh yeah, you know me. I can always feel that they're going to happen, but I woke up knowing it was going to happen. So I had to spend the whole con with that. And then I wake up and it's like people had told me they were going to be around early, but then I get to the con and nobody's around until noon. So I'm just sitting there with nobody around the whole time. And it's like, okay, this is fun. So like nothing happened all morning. Judo showed up a bit later. So I hung out with Judo, walked around the con and talked with him. Met up with Artie and them. They had these experiences set up. There was a Resident Evil one. It was just a Resident Evil, a haunting experience. It was supposed to be like a haunted house escape room mix thing, which sounds cool. Do you want to guess where in this building they had this escape room thing set up? Like what kind of room do you think this was in? We're in a convention center. So there's the whole convention hall where you could have built something. There's the little like meeting rooms. There's the bigger theaters. Where do you think the Resident Evil a haunting experience was?
Bathroom?
It was in a bathroom.
Oh my God, no way.
Yeah, it was in a bathroom. And so we're waiting in line for that. And I never heard this, but apparently the queue was 2.5 hours long. So we're waiting in line. I'm talking with everybody, blah, blah, blah. I disassociate for a little bit, apparently, because I was fully zoned out. I was gone. And something brought me back in. And I about completely lost it right there for whatever reason. Dissociating while you're on the verge of a panic attack doesn't work well. So I left. After standing in line for an hour and a half, I just left, went back to my hotel, let the panic attack happen as one does. Then went back to the con, hung out with Artie for like an hour. Then we went to the Seaport, went back to the same little taco place, had fish and chips though.
Fresh chip, like fish and chips though.
Yeah,
because you live
it was so
ocean.
good. That place, like, it was funny. There was a guy walking by. He's like, yeah, this place, the tacos are pretty good, like white people tacos. And I was like, he's right. That's such a crazy thing to say out loud in front of the building. But, like, he's right. I get it. But that was wild. So we went there, ate food. I left. And that's about it. And then Sunday, the con was pretty empty. I hung out with Artemis Frost and Artie for a while. Then I left and went to the fourth wall party. Nothing was really happening there. It was fine. And then I went back to the con, walked around and got a bunch of free shit. That's about it. And then yesterday, all the plans I wanted to have fell through, so I just spent 8 hours at an airport.
Gross.
I regret going. I will not be going to TwitchCon probably ever again unless I'm like invited and it's paid for by Twitch. Because I have like shit I have to do. If I don't have things I have to do, I'm just not going. If I want to meet up with my friends, we'll just plan one somewhere better. Like, fuck it. Half of them live close to Chicago anyways. Like, I'll just go spend a weekend in Chicago. That sounds like way more fun. Yeah.
I mean, the only thing I didn't like about our Twitch journey was that it was in Vegas. I didn't like Vegas itself.
Yeah, but the con itself was fine.
Was actually good.
Yeah, no, it wasn't good this year.
Con.
It sucked.
It just sounds like there was a lot of people that just didn't try. Like that.
I think the brands who like had booths didn't try that hard. I think Twitch didn't try that hard. And I think Twitch didn't try that hard with making the people less concerned. Like, I had talked about why people didn't want to be there and why I didn't, frankly, really want to go. And then to see, did you see the thing that happened on Friday? Not to anybody we know, but to, I think her name is Amiru. I don't know how you say her name. Biggest female streamer on Twitch. Had a meet and greet that she had to do because she had a show going on at the event and Twitch wouldn't let her do her show if she didn't do a meet and greet. Feels kind of gross, but whatever. They also, very important, didn't let her bring her main security guard. Because last year at TwitchCon, he got banned from TwitchCon because somebody, I don't know if it was actually her stalker or just somebody who was following her, that security guard grabbed and held until the police showed up and took him away. And I guess that was so he got banned for doing his job. Well, at her meet and greet, some guy walked right past all of the security, right up to her, hugged her, tried to kiss her. So, straight up, SA, like actually. Technically, a hug is just that. I keep seeing some freaks on Twitter saying, a hug isn't SA. Yes, it is, actually. It actually just straight up is, and that's just not okay. It was just a hug. Fuck off. Don't fucking touch me. I don't.
As I say, unless you have consent to touch somebody, don't fucking touch them.
Yep. That, like, by definition, that is what that is. Like, stop. Don't try to defend that. And yeah, a security guard finally, like, gets him out of there, but yikes. So, like, that happens, which causes a lot of people to decide they're not going to the con the rest of the weekend because Twitch cares about our safety, except no, they fucking don't. Obviously. Because, like, I'm sorry, at the meet and greet for the largest female streamer on your platform, this shit's happening. What the fuck do you think is happening in the rest of the con?
Right, yeah.
Like, what? That's terrifying and awful. Yeah, the vibes were just bad and everything was bad and it was a waste of money and I hate it.
Well,
doesn't help that I had a panic attack, but that would have happened if I stayed home too. That just happens.
Yeah.
Gotta have my monthly breakdown.
Yeah, well, that kind of sucks. I thought maybe you'd have had a little better time than that, but
no,
guess not.
There were like 3 good hours of time there.
Right. Well, at least next year, you can save your money to go do something
true,
funner
yes.
that you're going to enjoy.
Yes.
So, because that's the thing about TwitchCon and like cons in and themselves, you're kind of just taking a risk.
Yeah.
Every time you go, because, I mean, you really don't know how it's going to be until you go,
Right.
Unlike other trips where you actually plan them out and you're like, okay, I know this is going to be fun. I know this is going to be fun,
Yeah.
I don't know. the other thing is like it sucks to spend that much money and then not have a good time. You know, it's just you know kind of disappointing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Yeah. I also so I ended up filming absolutely none of it.
I got the text cracked me up though. I missed my cameraman.
Well, yeah, so yes, but I just kept seeing other people with a cameraman, and for whatever reason, that made it easier for me to like speak and deal with things. For whatever reason, when I have to hold the camera, I just can't anymore. I don't know. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that's about. But also, I don't know. I don't think I'm I struggle being out in public enough as it is. I think the trying to put on the streamer face or the content creator face and like talk and do things, that never happens in any of the vlogs anyways. It's just like a shitty video of me walking around because I don't have it in me to like do the actual like talk about what's going on and whatever. And that's fine. But so I was just like, why the fuck should I waste my time? Like,
Fair enough.
it's just not going to work out. So I think filming stuff like that around won't happen anymore. I think I've decided what I'm going to actually focus on for at least next year, but I think probably just moving forward. So I've been trying to figure out like if I'm gonna do Geek Miss this year. Words are hard. I think I'm gonna take the majority of December off and just not. I think I'm gonna start just posting like 1 or 2 videos a month and just constantly have them be the like Expedition 33 video, the Black Ops 3 video, the Infinite Warfare video, where it's just, yeah, it's only 1 or 2 a month, but they're huge projects with a lot of effort that actually matter and don't suck. I don't know. I don't feel like the content I make is good enough, and I want to like what I make.
You're moving into the quality, not quantity kind of thing.
Yeah,
that's fair.
I mean, I've done the some quality, but mostly quantity thing, and where's that gotten me? Mm-hmm. Not that far.
Yeah.
Plus, doing it this way will change up how I do streams because then I'll have a plan. It's like, oh, well, I have to go play through this game a few times so I can get, footage and all the information I need to about this game. Right. I do need to spend, I think that's what I'm going to spend the next couple of weeks figuring out is if I can actually stick with you using OBS or if I need to switch to Streamlabs so I can have like a separate recording thing. So that like I can record the entire time I'm streaming, but not record any of my audio or my webcam. Like I just want it to record the gameplay only. That way I don't have to, because like that was the worst part about Expedition 33 is I played through the game on stream, but then I had to go play it a second time off stream because all of my footage had like the chat overlay and me and my dumb, ugly face and my voice. I don't want that.
Well,
so I got to figure that out. That's the next step.
I've been playing a game that's actually I haven't hated. So I don't know if you've ever played them, but the Ghost games or whatever, the Ghost of. They got the new one just came out, Ghost of Yotai or whatever.
Ghost of Yotai, yep. Heard of it,
so,
haven't played it.
It came out, and I'm like, oh, that looks really good. But it kind of seemed like there was a backstory to that, according to people. And so I was like, well, when was the last game that came out? And I seen that the last one, the Ghost of Tsushima, I believe, came out in 2020. And I'm like, and a lot of people said, oh, that game's really good too. And it leads up to the the new game. And I was like, well, shit, I don't want to play the new game and not understand what's going on or not have context or something like that. So I was like, I'm going to buy the 2020 game, and I'm going to play through that. And then if I like that one, I'll buy the new one. And so I bought the 2020, the Ghost Tsushima, and actually having a lot of fun with it. It kind of has like an Assassin's Creed feel to it.
Sure.
Kinda. But of course, samurai. And I don't know. It's a really pretty game too. And I'm a big guy. There's a really good story. Of course, a lot of blood, guts, and gore, like that. And then it's, really pretty. I like good-looking games with a great story with a lot of guts and gore. And so it kind of suckered me right into it, and so I'm enjoying it. I think it's a worthy game. I don't know if it's something you would enjoy.
From a lot of what I've seen, I've seen it get called a Souls-like, which is why I don't think I would enjoy it.
I don't get a Dark Souls.
You don't get the Elden Ring Dark Souls, like gameplay wise,
No.
obviously not story wise.
No. No, and honestly, the blocking and stuff, I'm not having any problems with it blocking. Or the only thing, like sometimes it has a hard time, like if you don't pay attention and you're like roll and you don't pay attention to which way you left your joystick when you rolled, you'll go to strike and you're facing the wrong direction, so that it doesn't like auto, But other than that, I don't know. To me, it doesn't have the Souls feel to it. I don't know. To me, it's got more of an Assassin's Creed feel. There's a lot of, and I don't know. I don't know if you ever played Uncharted either. I don't know how you feel about that. But it kind of has like the vaulting and the, exploration. You have to jump from ledge to ledge and shimmy down this and go through this gap and stuff like that. Kind of has that a little bit to it. I don't know.
Interesting.
I don't think you'd hate it if you played it. Especially since I know you're kind of a story-based guy. You like a good story.
Yeah.
And I think it's got a good story behind it.
Yeah.
So there's a few things here and there where it's like, every video game, it's like, that's kind of annoying, but every video game I've ever played has that. So
yeah, that's fair.
Besides maybe Expedition 33, I don't think I ever had any of those pet peeves in that game.
Yeah, well, I mean, what do you have pet peeve wise in Baldur's Gate?
I guess I don't for that one either. Kind of forgot about
so
Baldur's
when
Gate.
things are perfect, they are perfect.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's a worthwhile game. It's tough because games are getting more and more expensive. So it might be like if you happen to ever in the future see that any of the ghosts are like on sale or something like that, I'd recommend getting it.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Oh, tough.
I agree. It's been a really long week and it's only Tuesday.
Real. Oh, I forgot. The actual worst thing that happened to me at TwitchCon. So I bought lightsabers. Finally, I just fucking did it. I didn't buy the one on my arm yet, but that's because it was $420. And I didn't just buy I bought 2 lightsabers because I didn't just buy them for me. But I bought 2 lightsabers. Both lightsabers were $150. Not like a piece combined.
Mm-hmm.
They're not here yet. You want to know how much make your guess on how much it cost me to ship them home?
I'm going to say $75.
Double it.
So it costs just as much to ship them home?
Technically, it costs 37 cents more to ship them home. It would have been cheap. So, okay. So what happened was I took them. There's a FedEx place in the convention center, right? So I took them there. I was like, I just want to ship these home. They're like, okay, let me go find a box. I stopped paying attention and started looking at my phone. So they packed it up. They taped it up. They asked me all the info about like my address and stuff. And then they told me the price. And it's like, I can't make them destroy that box now. But I don't want to pay. Fuck it. I guess I'm paying. Because it would have just been cheaper. Because I had free checked bag stuff. Because of the plane ticket I bought. So I could have much cheaper just went and bought a suitcase. And just checked them on the way home. Yeah, that sucked.
Fucking bugs.
And then, yeah, there's something else goofy. I don't remember.
All I know is Aspen this last weekend, she went to Kansas.
Right.
And I planned on spending all of that weekend hunting and, doing my thing. And Friday, I came down with a cold, sore throat, coughing, stuffed nose, super tired, not feeling good. So pretty much felt that way Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Love that.
So whole weekend just kind of pretty much went bye-bye. Never went hunting. I mean, I did actually. I went out with my mother on that Friday when I wasn't feeling the best, and she had shot an antelope, and I, being a nice strong son, we were in a hurry, otherwise we'd have taken our time and it wouldn't have been that big a deal. But she had to go watch the niece play volleyball.
Right.
And we were limited on time. So I was like, all right, well, you go get the truck and I will drag this antelope to the road and then we'll gut it. Well, the dragging was a pain in the ass because it's easier when you got 2 people. So I just grabbed the antelope, throw it over my shoulder, and proceed to power walk it a half a mile to the highway. Mm-hmm. Which, being sick, almost killed me. But that wasn't the worst part. I wear these hearing protection earbuds or whatever. Mm-hmm. They're called hunter's ears, and they enhance your hearing. They help you hear better. But they also are earplugs, and like when a loud noise goes off, they cut off so they protect your hearing. They're like $430 earbuds. Mm-hmm. When I threw the antelope up and over my shoulder, it knocked this one loose, and at some point it fell out of my ear and I didn't notice because my heart was pounding, I was breathing hard, didn't notice it fall out of my ear. And it's in this pasture where cattle are in there, but they had just gotten put in there, so it's not grazed down, so the grass is like this tall. So in other words, this antelope better taste really good because it's cost me it's a $430 plus the tag, so $500 and some antelope.
Honestly, I know I'd spent the beginning of this episode bitching about Apple, but actually just buy a set of AirPods. The AirPods Pros 2 are now under $200. Their active noise cancellation actually allows them to be certified to be worn on construction sites at hearing protection. Plus, they work as headphones. Plus, you can track them, and they work just fine with an Android phone. Just AirPods.
Do they enhance your hearing, or
They can.
you can turn them up like a hearing aid, or?
Yeah, that's also a feature. Dude, AirPods are... Look, Apple has a lot of problems. These aren't really one of them.
Right.
AirPods are great.
Well, yeah, I looked at...
And that would just save you a bit of money.
True. The ones I was looking at, you know, because I probably won't get some for a really long time. I'll have to go back to the earmuffs, but like they make some that have like they have the hook over thing and then they go in your ear.
Yeah.
So like if they get loose or something, they don't just fall off and wherever, and you know, they actually stay on your ear no matter what you're doing. But they're a little more, they're like $600 fucking dollars. Like,
Yeah.
Whatever. Hopefully it looks good.
Yeah.
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 I know one thing. That chicken Alfredo I'm cooking smells really good.
Well, you aren't cooking shit.
I am. Well, I put it in the oven. Aspen.
Oh, it's
Aspen
pre-made chicken Alfredo.
It's a bake style.
Yeah,
Alfredo.
so it's just fucking Marie Collander's fucking pre-baked.
No, it's a different brand.
It's the same shit and it's ass. And I don't understand the point in ever doing a pre-made one like that, because pasta takes 4 minutes to cook and Alfredo sauce is milk and Parmesan cheese. If you cannot add milk and Parmesan cheese into your noodles, you don't deserve to have pasta. What are we doing? What are we doing? Why? I hate you. Sorry. Did I crash out a little hard there? I'm sorry.
Maybe a little bit. But no, it was, there was a box in the cabinet and Aspen was craving chicken Alfredo, and for whatever reason, this is the only box brand of Alfredo, chicken Alfredo, that I like. The only one. I don't remember what brand it is, but it's like in a red box, and you can get them from. It's really hard to find them sometimes. But we had one box left, and we were just going to do Hamburger Helper, and then Aspen, you know, pregnancy cravings, goes, chicken Alfredo sounds really good. Can we do that box of chicken Alfredo? And I was like, yeah, I can do that. Because she was going to go shower. And I was like, I'll just do the thing, throw it in the oven. You set your timer for 45 minutes, and you can take it out of the oven while I go podcast. So
Okay.
That's how that went down. So.
Okay. Yes. I still hate
Neither one of us really feel like putting in any effort to cook. So
why do you think I got Chipotle?
Yeah. So that's why this ended up the way it is. Neither one of us really want to cook. We both had a long day at work. So just is what it is. So yeah.
That's funny. So, real quick, baseball happened last night. The Mariners lost. So I'm now only 4 games away from getting to talk about a Canadian team winning America's sport, and that's going to be fun. The narratives I'm going to push are hilarious. But one of the Mariners' better hitters got struck out in the 8th inning yesterday. The ump called a pitch inside a ball. The next pitch was, well, very close to the same place. The guy who gets struck out by this ball that gets called a strike turns to the ump and goes, "That was the same pitch you called a ball. That was the same fucking pitch." And the ump goes, "No, it wasn't, Eugenio." And when you look at the like mark of where the ball was, the ump is right. It was even farther inside. Not a strike. It wasn't the same pitch. It was actually a worse pitch. I hate umpires, man. I'm sorry. It's a 4-3 game in game 7 of the ALCS. This is the most important game of all time. I hate that just some random ump gets to decide whether it good or bad. I hate it. I don't want the robot umps to be like a thing all the time. Like I don't think we should only rely on the robot umps because that takes away from like catcher framing and stuff. But I'm sorry, in these moments, it should be like everything inside of 2 minutes in the NFL. Everything's reviewed all the time because, hey, shit matters here.
Right. Well, is it really that hard to have the ump have an earbud and he goes, ball, and then they go, nope, that was a pretty obviously a strike. And he goes, that's a strike. Right. Is it that hard?
Well, okay.
You know?
There is something very important that I don't want to lose about the catcher position with the ability to like set up slightly outside of the zone and like as you're catching it, frame it so it looks like it's a strike. That is important. It really is. I just want some consistency. And a way, if I'm the batter and get struck out on a pitch that I know wasn't a strike, to be able to be like, hey, fuck no. Do this. All right, that's all I got. I think we'll end there. So,
unless you got something else. I'm hungry. No, yeah. I'm hungry.
All right, well, without further ado, thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.